Good morning, viewers. Welcome to MouShauk. Today, we will be discussing the question answers on the STEAM chapter. This is according to class 9 syllabus. So, before I start, I will request you to please to subscribe my channel if you have not subscribed yet, and if you are a new viewer to my channel. And if you are liking the video, press the like button, share with your friends so that they can also be benefited from these videos, and do meditate before you start your day. So, we will also start with a short meditation so that please concentrate on the point of light. Think that the light is falling on you and your whole body is lighted up and you are feeling very light. Your whole body is almost weighted as if you can float. Your head is empty of any tensions and worries. And you can gain whatever you are studying, you store them in your mind, and you can reciprocate very nicely in your fingers. And finally, you're getting good appreciation in results. Please relax your heart and level for being at the side of you. Okay? So thank you for joining this short meditation. You can practice this and start your day. Okay? So first question today is name the following. Okay? So the structure that encloses the hair root is the hair follicle. Okay, you can see the picture where the hair root is there, which is enclosed by the hair follicle. The inner layer of the skin is dermis, the outer layer is epidermis, the inner is dermis. The pigment, that gives color to the skin is the melanin, and the dividing layer of the skin is the malpighian layer. Okay, the layer which divides the layer of the skin. Okay, that is epidermis and dermis. In between this is the malpighian layer, stratum malpighi. Okay, then complete the following. Dash tissue stores fat. It is the subcutaneous tissue. Okay, the gland which secretes sebum is the sebaceous gland. Sebaceous gland secretes sebum. Dash is the touch receptor. It is Meissner's corpuscle is the touch receptor. Okay, which helps us to feel the touch. Okay, the vitamin which is synthesized in the skin. Okay, vitamin is synthesized in the skin. Vitamin D. Okay, D is synthesized in the skin. Visible part of the hair which we see, we can see the hair. No, that is the hair shaft. Okay, the rest part is inside the skin. The heat regulating center is the hypothalamus of our brain. Melanin pigment is present in the malpighian layer. Okay. Now write true or false and correct the false statements. So humans are, okay, they are exothermal. No, they are endothermal. That is, they are warm-blooded. Okay, they do not change with the environmental change. Okay, they remain stable. Whereas the exothermal animals, those are cold-blooded animals, and they change with the environmental temperature change. The heat regulating center is located in the hypothalamus. That's true. Sweat glands are ducted glands. Yes, they are true. Sebaceous glands are ductless glands. Then the malpighian layer is also called as germinative layer. That's true. Then melanin protects the skin from ultraviolet radiations. That's true. That is why the people who stay in direct sunlight, they have more melanin secreted. Okay. Then they are dark color. That's why. Then stratum corneum is the middle layer of the epidermis. That's false. It's the outer layer, okay, of the epidermis. Then skin is the largest organ. That's true. Okay, then define vasoconstriction and endothermal. So vasoconstriction is that due to the low temperature, when the temperature cools down, that is the outer environment is cold, winter season mainly, the blood temperature also decreases, which stimulates the hypothalamus of our brain to uh, so that it also in turn stimulates the blood vessel to constrict the blood flow inside the skin, okay, which causes less blood flow in the skin and that produces less sweat. Okay, if more blood flows into the skin, more sweat will be produced. So less blood flow is formed. Less blood is flowed into the skin so that less amount of sweat is secreted and less amount of heat loss happens from the body. Now then endothermal. Endothermal is animals. These are animals which have an internal heat producing mechanism. Okay. They have an internal heat producing mechanism which helps them to maintain their original body temperature. Okay. And irrespective of the outside temperature, whatever may be the outside temperature is, the body mechanism, there's a mechanism in the body which produces the body heat. Okay. Now state the difference between leukoderma and albinism. Leukoderma is a hereditary skin problem, genetic problem, and albinism is acquired hereditary disorder. It's a genetic disorder. Okay. Leukoderma is a hereditary problem and albinism is a genetic disorder. It is acquired. Okay. Then leukoderma is the presence of, there is fewer amount of melanocytes which causes leukoderma, but in albinism, melanocytes are present, but they do not produce the color. Okay. Then leukoderma is reversible. You can cure the leukoderma because it's done by turning on the melanocytes that that controls the resistant assault. You can turn on the melanocytes which are controlling this resistant assault. You can turn on them, and so that this leukoderma can be cured. But in albinism, that is irreversible. Okay. Then vasodilation and vasoconstriction. Vasodilation is the dilation of the blood capillaries, which is near the skin. Okay, vasodilation is dilation of the capillaries which are near the skin, and vasoconstriction is constriction of the blood capillaries near the skin. Vasodilation caused due to increase in body temperature, whereas increase in the temperature, increase in the outside temperature, there is dilation of the blood vessels. But when there is a decrease in the temperature, outside temperature, there is constriction of the blood vessels, which is happening, which causes the vasoconstriction. Okay. Then vasodilation leads to loss of blood heat, whereas vasoconstriction conserves the body heat. Then sweat glands and sebaceous glands. Sweat glands which secrete sweat, and sebaceous glands secrete sebum. Then sweat glands, they excrete substances to the surface of the skin, whereas sebaceous glands, they secrete through the hair follicles. Okay. Sweat glands, they excrete on the screen. Through the gland, it comes out on the screen to the duct. But sebaceous glands, they secrete into the follicles, hair follicles. Okay. Then sweat glands, they have ducts, whereas sebaceous glands do not have ducts. Then sweat glands regulate the body temperature and also execute some body waste, whereas sebaceous gland keeps the skin moist and lubricated. Okay, it liberates this sebum, which keeps the skin moist and lubricated. Okay. Next is give reason. The skin of the palm is thick and rough. Why it is so? Because these areas receive more friction. Okay, these areas, the palm and the palm receive more friction than the other areas of the body, and their thicker skin helps them to protect from the potential damage. Okay, the thicker skin that will not damage the underlying parts. Okay, these areas do not have the hair follicles and sebaceous glands, so there is no lubrication of the skin. These areas, we do not have this sweat glands or sebaceous glands, hair follicles or not sweat glands, but hair follicles and sebaceous glands. Okay, we have sweat glands here, but we do not have hair follicles and sebaceous glands, so there is no lubrication of the skin, no moisturization of the skin, so it becomes thick and rough. Okay. The extra thickness is caused by the keratin, which is present in the deeper layers of the skin. Okay, in this area, in the palm area, there is extra keratin. Okay, they're present in the deeper layers of the skin, which forms a surface layer of the dead cells on the epidermis. So on the epidermal layer, there is a dead cell layer which forms the thickening of the soles of the palms. Okay. And Europeans are light colored while Negroes are dark colored. Okay, Negroes are dark colored as their body synthesizes melanin in large quantities, while Europeans are sweat pores are more on the okay. The Europeans are light colored when Negroes are dark colored because Negroes are dark colored as the body surfaces that synthesizes melanin in large quantities, while Europeans are light colored due to less synthesis of melanin. Okay, this could be due to genetic or exposure to the sun or both. Okay, this can be due to the genetic condition or due to the exposure of the sun, because Negroes are more exposed to sun than the Europeans. Okay, they are due to the position of their country. Okay, and therefore what happens, the Negroes, they have more synthesis of melanin, whereas in the case of Europeans, the synthesis of melanin is less. Okay, that's why they are less, their color, body color is less, light colored, and Negroes are dark colored. Okay, then sweat pores are more on the palms to provide surface tension for the grip. Okay, due to the winter season, people usually shiver. While why? Because during winter, people shiver, which is an automatic response. Okay, and when they shiver, there is rapid movement of the muscles. Okay, actually, these muscles contract and relax. Okay, and that causes the shivering, which produces a large amount of heat and it keeps the body warm. That's why people shiver. Okay, state the location of the following. The sweat gland is located in the subcutaneous tissue or the deep dermis. Okay, then sebaceous gland is located in the dermis, whereas substratum corneum in the epidermis on the outer layer of the skin. Here, hair root remains in the dermis whereas the hair shaft remains out of the skin. Okay, here it remains where the hair root remains in the dermis, whereas the shaft remains outside of the skin. Okay, hair is found all over the human body except the palms and of the hands and the soles of the feet and the lips. We do not have hair. Otherwise, whole body contains hair. So this much for today. Please do revise the text portion also, so that you can better understand the chapter. And if you have still any doubt, please do write in the comment box and do meditate before you start your day, and do subscribe if you have not subscribed yet, and stay tuned. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Have a good day.